Okay, welcome back to Hanger 51. Late again, I know. Wish I had a good reason, guys. I really do. So, anyway, I'm here. Here I am. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Better late than never, right? You know, um, don't even have a good excuse. Just brain dead. I'm just losing my mind. Got too much on my mind. So, who's going to find me first? I think Shadow's probably in bed. So, we're probably looking at Mike Bird. I bet Mike Bird finds me. Come on, you local guys. How does a guy in Britain get here first? Shut you are up. I figured you'd be in bed already. You know, because I'm so damn late. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. I love the pictures you're sending me. Is that really what it looks like where you live? These are pictures like off your back porch? Crappity crap, crap, crap. Crapping. Yeah. Uh, Only 8:30 here. Oh, no shit. Is that right? How you doing, Michael? Good to see you, man. Uh-oh. Got another you've got an emoji here. What did you really say? Just Michael L, is that yeah, it just changed it. You didn't capitalize it did. Uh I don't know if that's some kind of a spell check. I don't know what that thing is. I don't know why it does that. Poop. Where you see poop? Do you see poop? If I Is there poop here? Did I miss some poop? Uh it's good to see you guys. Welcome to the show. Um, so let's see. I guess I'll start with, hey, I figured out what was wrong with my friend's car that it wouldn't start. And, my little snappy self auto center punch thing on the fuel, it worked. I snapped all the fuel injectors with it a few times and it started right up. So that was cool. Um, I had already put new spark plugs in it, so it's running like a Swiss watch, man. It's just idling perfect, running perfect. Changed the oil for her, put a new air filter in it for her. Took the rear window, her right passenger side rear window, was out of track. So I took the door apart to find out what was wrong with it, and the window regulator track broke, and so I went online and looked at O'Reilly Auto Parts and um, and AutoZone, and they both wanted anywhere from $98 to $122. And I went on eBay and found a brand new one for $36. So, so I ordered the one off of eBay, and her front window works. Her driver's window works, but it growls, it grinds. You can hear this clicking sound. So I ordered one of those too. That was even cheaper. That one was only. Oh no! Wait a minute. No, I take that back. It was a little more. It's actually the back one's just one track down the middle with cables, and the front one is two cables and two tracks. I think the front door one was like $50. So I ordered those. They should be here by Wednesday, and we can get those doors windows fixed for her. And I think the only thing else she wanted fixed, um, the one of her parking lights up front, the plug's bad. It's dirty. If you unplug it, plug it back in a couple times, clean the contacts, it'll work again. So I think I'm gonna try taking some Tarnex and clean it and see if that works. And if that doesn't, then I'm gonna replace the plug. But other than that, the car's running and driving. That's good. Um, So, uh, yeah, the injectors were stuck. That's what was wrong. Yep. And and then yeah, the window track, uh, the regulator, the nylon guides that hold it in on the. There's a center track. It's a really weird system. There's this plastic thing that snaps into the actual glass, and then when you put the new track in place, all you do is slide the glass straight down, and then you push it, and it snaps into the track. The track has two bent out like this, um, and then the round piece that's going through the glass goes down in between these two things, and there's a hole down here, and it literally snaps into that hole, and that's how it captures the glass, and then it'll work again. And I was shocked. I just couldn't believe how that worked. And then the front door window's got two tracks I have to replace, and I haven't pulled that door apart yet. So, but I'm going to wait till the tracks get here to look at that. Um, yeah, the connector could be. Jeff, Lower Alabama, what's up? Yeah, the light connector could just be. I just might need to replace it, and that's not a big deal. They have it's a standard light bulb. It's an old '05 car, so it's using old technology. Um, so I'll just replace the plug if I can't get the contacts to work. I'll just replace the plug. Not a big deal. Um, uh, yeah, just get a pigtail. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. The I guess what my mind's out in left field because I have to go to a Social Security um, uh, disability doctor Saturday. Not it wasn't today. It's next Saturday, and I guess I just can't stop thinking about that. So my mind's just everywhere, or it's there and not anywhere else. Um, that's why I'm late again. I was at a car show, but I could have left way long ago if I just had remembered that I was doing a show, and I completely forgot that I was doing a show, and that's why I'm so damn late. Well, that did charge all the way up. Good. So, just a side note here. I don't buy flashlights anymore that take batteries. If it's not rechargeable, I don't want it. These rechargeable flashlights are freaking awesome. Every single one of them has been working for years. This one I've had a little problem with the plug. As long as I have the light on when I plug it in so I know it's super bright, meaning that it's connected, it charges fine. But I have to make sure I do that on this particular one. But it charges up, it works perfect, it's super bright. All the other ones I have no issues with. This uses the old phone jack plug, not the new Type C, I think they call the new one. This is the old one. And it just and that's probably why they got away from it. It doesn't work very well. Am I feeling okay? Phil, yeah, I feel okay. Hey, it's good to see you, man. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I feel okay. Just just my head's not, there because I can't stop thinking about my disability doctor's appointment. Um, so yeah, just kind of yeah, I'm a little tired. I don't get much sleep. I haven't been able to sleep very well. Um, same probably for the same reason. Um, and I've just had a lot on my mind lately. Um, hmm, that's interesting. Um, just my friend's car was driving me nuts because I couldn't get it started for weeks, and I just completely forgot about the idea that the fuel injectors might be stuck. And that's all it was. So that fixed that. So that I'm in a much better frame on that one now. The car runs and drives perfect, and now I just have to fix these window regulators and give it back to her. My Pontiac's giving me some trouble. The air conditioning's leaking, and I thought some conditioner would fix it, and it still might, but it hasn't worked 100% yet. So I'm still dealing with that. And now I've got a pretty damn good oil leak. The oil leak was small before, but it's getting worse. And I put some Lucas seal conditioner oil. I don't. I think it was called Stop Leak. Actually, it's a oil you add that's got conditioners in it to soften the seals back up, so they'll reseal. And it ain't working. Eric, what's up? EQ, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Wild Bill, what's up? Yeah, so I'm a little disappointed in that because it's the rear main seal, which means I got to pull the tranny. So now there's two cars I got to pull the tranny on: my Pontiac and my Super B. I got to pull the tranny on both of those to fix the tranny. The tranny leaks from the front pump on the Super B, so I got to pull the tranny to change that seal, and the engine oil leak is on the rear main seal, and I have to replace that. And both of them require a full transmission removal to do it. And what a pain in the butt that's going to be. So, so they shut down CERN last month. What is CERN? We entered a new timeline, still adjusting. Yeah, I wish I could use that excuse. Yeah, that's why I'm late. Let's go with that. I like that. Let's just go with that. Yeah, that's why I was late. uh, did I see the Lingenfelter GTO rebuild? No. What show was that on? I did not see that. Who are you watching, Bill, that you saw that on? JCB, what's going on? How you doing, man? Uh, you got your power line buried? All right. Good to hear, man. Hey, so, is it working? You tested it? No problems? Everything's cool? Are you putting a fuse panel in the garage? No. A breaker panel. I'm old school. My trailer's got fuses. Actually, it does not. I take that back. My old house, both my houses in Holiday had fuses. But this trailer does have a breaker. They're circuit breakers. It's not fused. So I have to just get used to calling it a breaker panel, not instead of a fuse panel. Haven't gotten to that yet. So, Juno, what's going on? How you doing, man? God, you guys are jumping in here pretty good. It's good to see you guys. JCB Cletus loves his Dodge. I haven't watched it, but I heard what you guys told me is he hates the damn thing. Um, oh, it's not hooked up, just buried. Okay. Did you put it in like the big gray conduit with the sweeps at both ends? Is that how you did it, or did you just bury the cable in the ground? Yeah, the electric charge, he hates it. Yeah, there's a guy that's been showing up to the shows here lately with one end. Nobody even go over to look at it. Nobody talks to the guy. Nobody even looks at it. Thank you, Wild Bill. Yeah, guys, don't forget to hit the like button since Wild Bill brought it up. Yeah, why not? Why the hell not? Just go for it. Okay, the particular cell accelerator. Okay. What is that? I mean, I know generally what it is in general, but in what capacity are we talking about here? I'm not sure what we're talking about here. Yeah, Shadow. I've gone over the pan gasket seal. I've retightened all the bolts on the pan. I've cleaned the engine 3 times underneath. Um, I replaced the rocker cover gaskets. The oil leak comes from. It appears to be coming from above the oil pan. Um, so it could be. Yeah, I checked the oil pressure switch is on the top of the motor behind the intake manifold. There's a little spot with a tiny little hole because those pressure switches are really small diameter threads. And I got back there with a mirror and I looked and I felt back there and I don't see the oil coming from there. Um, so I don't know where else it could be coming from. I'm not, I haven't pulled the tranny yet. I'm going to do a little more investigating, but it's looking more and more like it's going to be the rear main, which is a very common leak on these motors. As a matter of fact, when I looked up replacing the seal, they don't even list the seal. They list this whole rear plate with the seal already installed in it. And you're supposed to, it's got like, I don't know, about eight or 10, bolts in it to hold it on the back of the motor. And, so, um, so I don't know. We're still investigating it. I haven't done anything yet. But it's leaking bad enough that I would probably have to put a quart of oil in it every week, depending on how much I drive it. It doesn't leak if I'm not driving it, so the leak only occurs when it's running. So it's some place where there's pressure is where the leak is coming from, and there's definitely pressure on the rear main seal. So um, I don't know. I don't know. We'll keep. I'll keep you posted. So originally, the oil I thought was coming from the rocker covers, and I know for a fact that that was going on because the oil kept hitting. It was landing on the headers. This car has long tube headers on it. That's not factory, and the oil was hitting that and burning, and I could smell the oil burning. So I knew that I had an oil leak above that. And that was a simple job. Changing the rocker cover gaskets on this car was a dream. So so I don't smell oil anymore. It's not burning on the headers anymore. So I've obviously fixed that leak. Um, So, and like I said, it's definitely coming from above um, the oil pan, I think. I'm not going to say for sure, but because that's all wet and it seems to be wet above that. Um, so I'm thinking the oil's coming down from somewhere a little higher than the oil pan. And the rear main seal, it's a it's a big seal. It's probably this big, and half of it is above the oil pan. Okay, I mean the oil pan's going to be kind of right on it, and so I don't know. We'll keep checking. I'll figure it out. It's not priority right now. I gotta get these. There's two cars here. I gotta get finished and get out of here. Um, so we're gonna get those finished and gone, and then we'll get back on the Pontiac. Um, we're going to Don Garlitz's museum tomorrow. It's one of my friend's birthday tomorrow, and he's part of the local MoPower chapter for the Dodge products. And the club has decided to go to Garlitz's for his birthday as a group. So we're all meeting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Yikes. And aluminum conduit. Oh, no kidding. Wow. Really? So is the actual electric wire you're using aluminum, Eric, or are you is the because I'm going to put mine in PV. I'm using copper wire and using PVC pipe to bury in the ground and run the wires through that. But I'm going with copper. I don't want to use aluminum. I know the copper's a lot more money, but I don't like aluminum for that. That's not my. All right, Philip. I'm still completely lost here. Um, uh, Obviously, you're following this, yeah, and I'm not. Is this our military? Is it somebody else doing this? Who's doing this? And and what's it for? They're trying to recreate the big boom. Oh, really? We want to do that again? And what are we going to blow up? The Earth? what is what? Okay, we're getting a lot of negative feedback here, Phil. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you there, Michael. Hi, welcome, Michael. What's up? How you doing, good man? Good to see you in the show. Yeah, not fun to replace. I know. I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to tie each one of these transmission poles. Are going to tie the lift up for a week at least. Um, I got to go buy a tranny jack, and I really don't have money to spend on that right now. Well, I'll know after Saturday. next Saturday I'll find out if I'm going to have any money coming in soon or not. Um, so so Philip, who are the scientists that are doing this? Um, is that us? Is it Sweden or Germany or who's doing this? Is it a conglomeration of everybody or? Can I just drive the bus over and borrow your jack? That sounds great, Shadow. I think maybe I'll just do that. Uh, so you have electric aluminum flexible conduit. Wow, that's crazy. It's PVC. Would probably been cheaper. Probably a lot easier to work with. Just curious. I've never seen this aluminum flexible stuff you're talking about. Yeah, well, I need one. Yeah, obviously, right now I have two leaks I need a training jack for, and I have a shitload more cars sitting out here. So, what are the chances that the other Dodge is going to start leaking, or the Magnum might start leaking when I put that motor back together, or who knows what? So, you know, and then of course the truck's got an LS motor in it, so it might start leaking. Although the oil pan was just done on that truck before I bought it, so hopefully they've got that. They did most of it right. They did leave some oil pan gasket in the pan because it's gotten sucked into the pickup tube twice. I'm driving down the road and all of a sudden a bell goes off and I've gotten almost zero oil pressure, and I just immediately shut the motor off, coast to the side of the road, let it sit there for a second. It obviously, when the suction stops, it falls back out of the screen. Restart the motor, and it's fine, and it runs perfect for months, and then it'll happen again. It's only happened twice, so I know there's a piece of oil pan gasket that they left behind in the pan. Um, and every time I change the oil, I keep trying to find it. I was hoping it would flow to the hole, the drain plug hole, and then I could grab it with some tweezers or needle nose pliers or something, and take it out. But I haven't gotten that lucky yet. I might go get a camera, a borescope camera, and go hunting for it on my next oil change. I'm thinking about it. I'm assuming it's silicone. I don't know for sure, Shadow. Um, and yeah, if they and obviously if they left gasket material in the pan, then they did it wrong. Absolutely. There's no excuse for that. Just lazy, you know. So I don't know, and I don't know if the oil pan gasket's been replaced on the Pontiac or not. He didn't say it was. I'm assuming since it's leaking that it wasn't, but again, I'm not. All the bolts were a little bit loose, so I snugged up all the bolts, and that seemed to help at first. But it seems like the leak's getting worse. So I'm going to do a little more investigating after I get these other two cars out of here. I'm going to do a little more investigating and see if I can figure it out. Right now, just keep an eye on the oil. It's fine. Um, and I'm probably not going to drive it a lot. The The Charger had an oil leak too when I got it, a very, very little one. And I think it quit. I did put some oil, some seal conditioner in that. I don't think it's leaking anymore. I just checked the oil in there and it hadn't gone down any. Now, I haven't seen a spot on the floor from it that I could detect because the spots on the floor, I'm pretty sure, are coming from the Pontiac. Oh wow! So you ran. You're going to put two air conditioners in that thing? Holy crap! I didn't think it was big enough to need two air conditioners. I thought one would do the job just fine. So, are you going to put a divider in there and break it into two rooms? Is that why you put two air conditioners in it? Uh, yeah, the conduit. The PVC conduit for electrical is gray, and it's cheap. I probably won't have. Uh, I don't think I'm going to have more than about $20 in the PVC conduit that I need. Yeah, that's true, Philip. You're right. What we're doing, both Eric and I are, these are big numbers, but it's a once and done. I mean, as long as we do it right, it should never ever need to be replaced again. So Brian Chambers, what's up? It's called Schedule 90. Oh, the PVC pipe you're talking about, or is that or is that the aluminum stuff that Eric used? Is that what they call Schedule 90? That's good. I don't know. I'm learning all kinds of stuff here, guys. Oh, okay. So the gray is Schedule 90. Gotcha. Okay. Shadow, have a good night, man. We'll catch you later. Michael Bird, you're late. How come you weren't the first one in the room? What are you doing? You seem to be up on this stuff pretty good. Um, is a three-wire um, cable system legal, or do you have to be four-wire? When I put this building, well, not the building, when I added that room to my other house, I ran four four lead conduit from the new box, from the old box to the new box, because that's what was required. I just assumed that you had to run a four wire everywhere. I don't know. Like, yes, I do know how to spell assume. um, so, but you seem to be up on that. Is that how does that work exactly? How you doing, Matt? What's going on? Hey, are you still working at Publix? Yeah, Philip. That's what they love to keep changing the rules. So when this trailer was put on the property, um, I'm not sure if the wires on this are four wire or three wire myself. Come to think of it, I think it is four wire here already. But the house I had was three wire, and I had to convert it to four wire when they put the new meter can in. They add that second room, so I had to run the four wire from the new main panel to what was the old main panel became the sub panel. So I had to run the four wire to the sub panel, which is three wire, and then everything from out of the sub panel was three wire, and that was legal. Now, Chris, they probably want me to rewire the whole fucking house. I don't know. You just never know. Chris, they change the rules by the hour. You call him Mitt. That's what you call it, Philip. What do you call a guy with no arms or legs lying on the bottom of the ocean? I got a million of these jokes. Well, since you started it. No, that's a guy floating in the ocean. No, the guy on the bottom of the ocean is Sandy. Okay. What do you call a guy with no arms or legs hanging off the side of a mountain? I got a million of these. A guy floating in the ocean with no arms or legs is Bob. Yes, you're right. Good one. You got it, Juno. Good job. Yep, that's Cliff. Okay, let me think. I have a few more of these. Hang on a minute. Magic carpet? Let's see. Arms and legs, but this mat can fly. Hmm, not sure. Yeah, I know, Eric. I'm not getting an inspector on mine either, but I'm still going to do it to code. That way, if they come and inspect it, I did the last one by code also. And if something changes, and they have to come inspect my property for whatever. When I sell it, they might want to inspect it. And if, the only thing I'll have to pay is a fine for not having a permit, but at least it'll be to code, so they won't make me tear it all out and redo it. Um, what do you call a guy with no arms or legs in a hole? Let me think a minute. This one's super easy. On a guy in a hole. Um, um, oh, no, that would be his last name. I was going to say Brad Pitt, but that's not right. Um, guy in a hole, no arms. I don't know. Not sure. Phil. Okay. I think I had a different version of one called Phil. Doug. Yeah, that might be better. Yeah, I have a different one for Phil. I think I got another one. What do you call a woman with no arms and legs in a fountain? It's Phil. um, yeah, it sounds like you're doing it right, Eric. It sounds like you're going to be the code, so that's good. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I don't want to have any problems. So yeah, I'm doing it for that. And then B, you know, later on down the road, if something happens, um, I want it to pass an inspection. So it just started raining. Okay, so the girl in the well is called Penny. Let's see. I think I have a few more of these. Let me think a minute. Oh, I got another one. Guy with no arms and legs, um, hanging on the wall. That's an easy one. Wally. No. Art. Let's see. What else we got? I have a bunch of these. You're having a guy do it for you. Well, okay, I guess that works. Um, Keith Christie, what's up? Good to see you, man. Let's see. Oh, we've been getting a lot of rain lately. You know, it's been raining constantly. Um, no, no real downpours. Nothing's flooded, but we're just getting a lot of rain. I'm getting a warning that my bit rate on my audio is below threshold. We recommend what? What do you recommend? They want me to change my bit rate to 128. Fuck, I don't know what it's at now. I don't know. It'll go away. It sounds all right, right, guys? Everything's good. You know, I don't. It's not a Godzilla movie, is it? Oh, 50 amp, Bill. I don't know if that's good enough. They want me to run. I have 100 amp service now. They want me to make it 150 amp. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I can afford that. Oh yeah, 100 amps plenty for my shop, but code is what determines. Because they, when we were buying the new trailer, they were telling me it's going to have to put 150 amp service in, and I'm like, why? What the fuck is? Why would my new trailer need 150 amp service? But that's what the new, and I have to have some kind of spark arrestor system installed also with the new trailer. So a 150 amp service and this spark arrestor system, something that they wire into it. I don't know. They were giving me all these extras I was going to have to pay for to put the new trailer in. So I don't know. Have you got a plan to move up the ladder there, Matt? Are you going to try to get into um one of the departments? Or you got your eye on anything particular? I heard the meat cutters make a good money at Publix. I heard that. I don't know. I'm just saying that I heard the meat cutters make good money. Actually, I heard it from a guy that was who was a meat cutter at Publix. Come to think of it, he's old retired guy, but he retired from Publix as a meat cutter, and he said he made a very good living. So he had nice cars. He had a '57 Chevy that was completely restored. That thing was beautiful, and he had he had two '57 Chevys that were completely restored. Now that I think of it, so Victor, what's up? Everything in here on two 15 amp circuits. I've got two extension cords coming from the house on two different circuits, and I'm pretty sure they're 15 amp. And they're running my 3D printers and all the lights and the lift, the four-post lift and chargers, charging batteries and stuff, and the fireplace. Although the fireplace was pulling a lot of amps. That was I can't run the fireplace and the lights at the same time. It was going to pop the breaker because the lights dimmed all the way down to nothing when I turned the fireplace on. So, um, well, just don't eat it. you're you're going to be wearing gloves and stuff, So you know, just don't eat the shellfish. You'll be fine. Oh, you're going to Dollywood this week? Oh, yeah, that's cool. Are you coming all the way down to Florida again or no? What do I got going on here? What is this one for? Engage with my audience. I thought that's what I was doing. What do we got here? Start a community goal for super chats. Okay, yeah, sure. That makes YouTube money. Start a question and answer viewer question live. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Again, that's Start a poll, let viewers weigh in. Okay. Yeah, those are all great suggestions. Thanks. um, so do they steam shrimp at Publix to and then sell it, or I'm confused. I didn't know they actually cooked food there. Come to think of it, um, the only thing I've ever seen them cook at Publix is chicken, the chicken. Either rotisserie or fried chicken. They don't put any other hot food out that I'm aware of. But when Dixie does, they have ribs and chicken and brisket and all they cook all kinds of shit at Winn Dixie. Come to think of it, I never really thought about that till just now when you guys brought that up. Interesting. That's very interesting, huh? Oh, is that right? They'll steam it for you. Just ask. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Wow. And now I'm hungry. Yeah, me too, Bill. All right. I got a question. I just found this out tonight. Have any of you guys been to a steak and shake lately? Put your hand up if you've been. Yeah, anybody been to a steak and shake lately? We had a car show tonight, Steak and Shake, and it's completely different than the last time I was at a Steak and Shakes, which has been a many years. Um, nope, never been. Do you have Steak and Shakes where you live, Wild Bill? Eric says you guys don't have it there. Yeah, I think that's the same here, JCB. Our deli, there's always a line at the deli. People want, but they're not getting anything cooked that I know of. They're just buying. Okay, I take that back. Let me think for a minute. Okay, so they do sell mac and cheese, um, cooked. Um, they do have some meal items that you can, they have pans of hot food that you can pick from to make a lunch. I just remembered that. But I still think it's just chicken, mac and cheese, different kinds of chicken. There's several different. They've got grilled chicken wings. They've got fried chicken wings. They've got, you know, drumsticks, things like that, and then a whole chicken, of course. And then they have mac and cheese and maybe some green beans. Um, that's about all I can think of right now. There might be more. I don't know. I forgot about that. Huh. Yeah, interesting. I don't think they do ribs and everything like they do over at Winn Dixie, but um, interesting. So what happened at Steak and Shake tonight? Last time it was a Steak and Shake, there was a hostess that seated you at a table, and then a waitress came over and took your order, and took it back and put it in, and and then she brought you your food, and you know, wow, yeah, not anymore. Nope. Now you walk in, there's four kiosks there, and you pick off the screen what you want, and it rings up, and you get a receipt and you get a drink voucher that you have to go over to the you have to go get your own drink at the fountain, and you have to scan this barcode that's on a piece of paper, and it lets you get a drink, ice in a drink, and you can only use it, you can only refill it twice, so I guess three total. Your first one, two refills, that's all you get, and that shuts it off. And then you go sit down wherever you want. You pick any seat you want, and then they call your name when your food's ready, and you go up and get it. And that's the way they do it now. Nice thing about it, though, is you don't have to leave a tip. They ask you at the kiosk, "Do you want to leave a tip?" No, I don't want to leave a tip. For what? Tip you for what? It ain't nobody here. I'm not getting served. I gotta get my own food. Hell, the next thing they're going to do is make me cook it, too. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, here we have a whole chicken, yeah, already cooked. Yeah, you can get a Winn-Dixie, I think, sells a whole chicken. Walmart sells a chicken for $5 here, cooked. Um, Winn-Dixie, I think, wants $6. Publix wants 7 or 8. I forget. But yeah, it's already cooked. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure because it's prepared food, it's already cooked, you'll pay sales tax on that chicken. If it's raw, you don't pay sales tax on it, but because it's cooked, you pay sales tax on it. So that makes you wonder if you want to, you know, do I really want to, how bad do I want, you know, a cooked chicken? Yeah, it's not much, but I'm just saying, just making an observation. Um, Pretty much anything with sugar in it, you pay sales tax on. So cookies, unless they're sugar-free cookies, and I don't know that they determine that or not. Soda, you pay sales tax on soda, but regular food you don't pay sales tax on. Veggies, steaks that aren't cooked, you know, poultry, pork, eggs, milk. You don't pay sales tax on any of that. But anything that's prepared, you do. Yeah, I think our Costco, which I haven't been in, but I think they're still selling a hot dog lunch. I think it's a dog and a drink for a buck and a half. I think they're still at a buck and a half. I'm not sure. Do you know, Bill? Do you shop at Costco? Do they still have that food court where you are, and they sell a hot dog and a drink for a buck and a half? Yeah, Philip. Yeah, you're probably right there. That's probably a given. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice looking helicopter. How much was it, Michael? OMP makes good stuff. Ohio Model Products. For you guys that don't know what OMP is, um, Wiggs, what's going on? How you doing, man? Walmart lost 45 million lawsuit doing and still are. What was Walmart doing? And they got tagged for. I know they're doing some kind of pricing thing, which fuck, I won't shop at Walmart anymore. I try not to shop at Walmart at all anymore. Yeah, 300 to fly. Yeah. Oh, the scales being wrong. Yeah. You converted a Carbon Z to an L4. All right, I'm confused. I thought an L4 was a Cub, a highway. Which Carbon Z are we talking about? Was that the 150 Carbon Z? Oh, the Carbon Z Cub to a grasshopper. Gotcha. So what did you have to do besides paint it? Paint it a different color. Did you have to do anything else? Never thought of doing that. That's a good idea. I think you meant Radio Master, not manager, didn't you? But that's okay. I think I got you. Yeah, I don't like the ELRS system. I'm not switching to that. I won two receivers, but it's just way too. It defeats the whole purpose of why I bought a Radio Master radio in the first place. Okay, I wanted it because it was compatible with all my Free Sky stuff, and it was compatible with my Spectrum stuff. So that's the whole reason I bought it. And now they want you to switch over to the ELRS system, which completely defeats my whole purpose for having the radio. If I have to buy all new receivers now, the ELRS system, what am I doing? I've got 200 receivers here between the Spectrum receivers that I use and this Free Sky. Why the fuck do I want to switch over to the ELRS? No, thank you. You chose the Mistress livery. I don't know what that looks like, but I like what you're saying though. That I hadn't thought about taking a Carbon Z Cub and turning it into a grasshopper. Oh, what did Horizon release, Matt? I didn't see it. What did Horizon release this week? The new Micro OV10 Bronco? Is that what we're talking about? What a shit! I can't remember what they call the little shit. What do they call the little ones? The um shit. What do they call that shit? UMX. Thank you. Yeah, I was having a senior moment. I couldn't remember. A U-34 hydroplane? Really? How big is that thing? I didn't see that one. All right. Well, let's go check it out. I'm going to Horizon right now to see what the fuck is going on. You got me interested now. Let's go check it out. Uh, okay. So I see the Bronco. Yeah, $219 for a UMX. No, sorry, not going there. That's ridiculous. Yeah, come Christmas they'll have it on sale for 99 bucks. Unless it's doing great, the sales are great. Oh, here's the Hydro. Oh, that's pretty cool. And how much do they want for that fucking thing? God. Uh, Pre-order now. Let's click on the pre-order now. Let's see how much this thing is. Oh God, it's got to be $1 million. Yeah, $700. Oh my God. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, but it's out of my price range. This hobby, I can't afford shit like that in this hobby. It's just not happening. Yeah, especially for a boat, because the boats just aren't that fun. I mean, they are if you're racing them, if you're in a series and stuff. But if you're just out on the water fucking off, um, unless you're with a bunch of people, yeah, it gets boring pretty fast. Um, it's two-dimensional, you know. You can go left and right. You can't go up and down. You know, it's not a. I mean, at least my what was it called? Air hog. My air hog boat flies. The wing on the back's an elevator, and you can fly it. It's toy grade and shit, but it's fun. It's definitely different that you got a hydro boat that can fly. So it's a beautiful boat. Very nice. The 34 inches, and they want $700 for it. No, no, not coming to my hangar. Let's go see what they got for the OV10. Let's make sure that's something new. Uh, High performance mini size helicopter. I don't know which one this is. New release Blade 210. Okay. What's this one? Oh, that's just a general ad. Spectrum radios, no thanks. Low C cars in stock. Some look like super stock. 1/10 dirt late model feature race. Yeah. So I got some new low C late models out. RC Fest is back for 2026. August 29th. Eli Field. There you go. Okay, and here's the OV10 Bronco. Um, it's cute. It looks pretty fragile. Not sure I'm going to be happy with that one, even at $100. But I ain't no way I'm paying 220. What else we got here? We got a new release from Losi. It's a NASCAR. It's a Mustang. I don't know. It looks like a NASCAR. Zane Smith, number 38. Losi Ford Mustang RC car. Offer only through 8/5. So if you want that one, you got to hurry up. Get $20 off your next order. That's the big sale. So you can't even use the $20 on this purchase. You got to buy something else. Build bigger, hit harder. A new Arma Creighton 8S. Christ, that's $1,000 truck. Yeah, never mind. How much is this little helicopter? Let's take a look at that. Just curious. Another pre-order now. This is probably $200. Yep, $300. Oh yeah, a bind and fly Blade infusion helicopter that's only a 210, and they want $300 for it. I'm sorry. I think Horizon fell and hit their head. You know, with these crazy prices they're charging and throwing away the elite membership. I don't know. Did you buy one of these helicopters? I thought you bought an OMP helicopter. Did you buy one of these? Everyone loves monster trucks. Pre-order. So you pre-ordered the helicopter? Yeah, you know, monster trucks are great, but that Creighton's it's got to be every bit of $1,000. I'm sure it is. So I don't even know. Need to go look. I'm sure it's. So you did order it. So what size is the one you got from OMP? Is it bigger than 210 or is it a 210 size? So yours was a 100 and a 200 OMP. Got both. Okay. So the 210 is the two same sizes. But that, I mean, seriously, Michael, doesn't your OMP 200 look 100 times better than the Blade 210, both in quality and just appearance?
Ferrari just unveiled its first ever electric car, and within 24 hours, $3.4 billion in market value vanished. Not because of a scandal, not because of a recall, because people saw the car. The former chairman of
All right, hold on, Matt. I think they offer it more than just OMP offers it in that the ELRS. I think they offer it in some other versions too. I think they offer it in a Spectrum also. Um, last time I looked, it could have changed. Um, so, Michael Bird, how do you like your new electric car? Your new Ferrari? I just put a link up. Go watch that. Not electric. Oh, it's not a hybrid? I thought it was a hybrid. It's a V. It's 12 volts. No, it's a V12. I got you. It's a hybrid. All right. So I'm mistaken. Anyway, I put a link up. Go watch this video. Um, I just something I saw. You know. Yeah, yeah. I got it. When you said it was a V12, I figured it wasn't a hybrid. So yeah. All right. Just curious. Um, yeah, my ERA helicopters are 200s. Um, they're all out in the truck because I took them flying the other day, so they're not on the shelf here. They're out in the truck, but the one I was showing you with all the lights on it that I really love. Those are both 200 size. The the 500 and the I don't know what they call that. I forget. I love those little helicopters. ERA, 150 bucks. Ready to fly. Came with a battery, charger, cord, and transmitter, receiver, everything. Yeah, 150 bucks. Yeah, they do make an Apache. I've seen that. Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah, I gotta go pee, guys. I'm having a little trouble tonight. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm back. So my doctor doesn't understand what this is. It's been this way for many, many, many years, and he doesn't know why. But for some reason, when I drink fountain drinks, um, like from Steak and Shake tonight, it just makes me pee and pee and pee and pee. And it's only with, you can drink a whole 2 liter bottle of Pepsi or Coke or whatever, and no problem. But if I go get a drink at a fountain drink, I can't stop peeing. So I've been peeing all night at Steak and Shake because I got a fountain drink, and drives me nuts. No, I didn't. I'm not thinking. I just thought that new one was a hybrid. For some reason, I don't know why. I thought it was. Um, yeah, you can only you really can't believe anything you hear on the internet. Everybody's got an opinion, and but I watched I think it was that video and a couple others, and they're saying that Ferrari's in deep, deep trouble. Ah, fuck, I don't know. Shit, what do I know? Do I believe it? Not necessarily, no. you know, but if you guys watching Matt Armstrong, for instance, there are like 12, 15 channels out there now reporting on what they think is going on with Matt Armstrong and Bugatti. And I don't watch any of that shit because they have no idea what they're fucking talking about. They're just voicing their thoughts, their opinions on what they think is going on, trying to get you to watch it because that's a big topic right now. Is the big fight between Bugatti and Matt Armstrong? And I don't watch any of those damn shows. I mean, because they're all full of shit. They don't know what's going on. They're just guessing, you know. So anyway, yeah, pretty much, Philip. They're all starting to figure that out. That nobody wants these electric cars. It's you know I know Elon thinks it's going to change the world, but he's wrong. Because they did it wrong, and nobody's figured that out yet. Um, if they'd have done it right, it probably would have been a big hit. But they did it wrong, and it's too late now to change. I don't think they could fix it, so it's just going to go away. Apple, Ferrari, yeah, exactly. Um, Yeah, the reason I want you to watch that video is they're not just talking about the electric car; they're talking about Ferrari's new. I think they got a new CEO or something. I forget. I watch so many shows I don't remember, but yeah, they're talking about Ferrari's new course change and how it's not working or whatever. I don't know. It was interesting. I thought you might enjoy watching it. Um, yeah, yeah, something that's going to fly for 12 minutes or run on the ground for 20 minutes, electric's great. But in the world of practical list, no, it doesn't work. And like I said before, guys, you can buy a light bulb anywhere in the world and it'll fit any socket in the world. Screw right in, you got lights, but you can't. Every single manufacturer's got a dedicated battery for their car. So you can't share platforms. You can barely share the charging stations. You have to have an adapter to use some of the charging stations because they didn't even standardize that. So it's not going to work. If they standardized it so that all the charging stations were the same, or they had charging where you just take your battery out of your car and you plug it into a charging bank, and it starts charging, and once it confirms that it's got a good battery that it's charging, you can take a fully charged one out of the bank, throw it back in your car, and on your way you go. You wouldn't be there 5 minutes, and you got a fully charged battery to keep going. But now they didn't do that. So this whole spending 45 minutes to an hour to charge your vehicle, now to go 300 miles maybe. So yeah, just stupid. It's not going to work. And most of the companies, GM has already shit canned it. They're not doing it. I don't think Dodge is going to continue with it either. The new Charger, the electric Charger, has been a big flop. They can't give those things away. And one showed up he's been at 2 car shows now with it, and nobody's even gone over to talk to him. He's sitting in his little chair, and he's got his drink there, and he's got one of those chairs that's got the overhang shade thing, and he just sits there, and his electric Charger's there. Of course, the hood's not open because there's nothing to see, and nobody goes over and talk to him. He just sits there, and nobody wants to look at it. Nobody talks to him about it because nobody gives a shit. So, it's a total disaster, that car. So, it's beautiful. I wouldn't buy one. I would take the old Challenger over the new one by far. But it's big. It's way bigger than the old Charger or Challenger. Yeah, the new one's a Challenger and called a Charger now. But yeah, it's beautiful, but I wouldn't own it. Even if it had a gas motor in it, I wouldn't own it. The one I liked is the one that looks like a 1970 Challenger. I love that car. Now they made it look like some new, futuristic. I don't want it. I don't like it. I'll stay with the old one. And I'll probably end up buying one eventually. I'll probably end up buying a Challenger. I got my eye on one right now. Actually, it's pretty cheap. Like I said, next Saturday, if I get good news on my disability, I may go get that Challenger. I think it's a 12. It's a Hemi. He only wants $6,500 for it. The body's perfect. The interior's perfect. I don't see anything wrong with it. It doesn't say there's anything wrong with it. I think the mileage is high. I don't give a shit. Yeah. There's probably a subscription you have to pay for to open the hood to use the trunk space. Yeah, you have to pay a subscription now. Probably. That's the way they're all going, guys. They've got cameras built into cars now that are looking at you and make sure you're coherent, you're awake, and if you're not, they're going to just turn your car off. Yeah, that's a real thing. Starting this next year, any car 2027, every single car made has to have a camera pointed at your face. And if the computer determines that you're not awake, you're not paying attention, you're not behaving correctly, it's just going to turn your car off. That's what you have to look forward to with this new technology. You couldn't give me a fucking new car. Never in a million years. Like I said, guys, 2013 and older. That's the cutoff. Don't buy anything newer than a 2013. Because they have control of your vehicle, or they can take control of your vehicle, and at any time they can change the way you think you bought a car with heated seats and everything. If it's newer than a 13, they can actually change that, and you don't have a say in it. You don't. They're just going to change it, and you're going to have. You want to use your heated seats? Yeah, pay us $10 a month and you can use your heated seats. You want to use your trunk? Yeah, pay us $11 a month and you can use your trunk. Yeah. You want to remote start your car? Oh, that's going to cost you $20. You want the auto drive that your car came with? You know, the lane keeping. Oh, that's $75-$80 a month. You want to be able to use that feature? Yeah. No, they'll give it to you for 3 months trial, but after that, if you want to use it, you got to pay a subscription. Yeah, I've been reading up on this, man. It's ridiculous. I don't know how in the fuck they're selling cars. I really don't. Um, So, yeah, it's just crazy. You know, why anybody would pay $50,000-$60,000 and then be told they can't even use all the features that are in that $50,000-$60,000 car that they just bought, that they have to pay a subscription, is just mind-boggling. You know, unbelievable. So exactly did Cletus do to this piece of shit? What did he do to it? Um, I mean, was he abusing it on purpose to see if he could blow it up, or hop it up, or what was he literally doing to the stupid thing? Oh no, it's way more than Mercedes, Phil. Way more. Look it up. Google it. Just Google how many car companies are charging subscriptions to use features on their car. They are all doing it. Everybody's Ford, Nissan, Toyota, Hyundai. They're all doing it. They all have different things they're picking out that you're going to pay extra for this, you're going to pay extra for that. You got to pay a subscription. They're all doing it. Go look. You won't believe it. The list goes on and on and on. It's ridiculous. They're all doing it, and they're all going to keep doing it. They're all following what this all started back with John Deere. You know, the farmers have been, their hands have been tied on their tractors for years, and they're only getting a 10-year pass. They signed a deal. They got paid a bunch of money and signed a deal with John Deere that they'll have access to fix their own vehicle for 10 years, and after that, it's done. So they only have 10 more years of using their vehicles, their tractors or whatever, and then it's going back to, you know, you're going to have to pay to play. So I'd be buying Mossy Ferguson. I'd be buying Kubota. I'd be buying anything but a John Deere. I'd be selling all my John Deere right now and get rid of it. It's just ridiculous. Oh yeah, yeah, and trust me, your lifetime subscription's not gonna. It ain't lifetime. You know, because if you read your contract, I guarantee you the verbiage in there is that we have the right to change this agreement to our discretion at any time. Because there's all a bunch of people complaining that they bought a lifetime subscription and now it's not lifetime anymore. You know, and the courts aren't doing anything about it. They're not doing a fucking thing about it. You sign a contract. I thought that's what the whole point of a contract was, is to lock it in. Not anymore. The courts are ruling against contract people, you know? Because if there's a statement in that contract that says they can change it, and they do, they're losing in court. So what was the point of having a fucking contract? It's unbelievable what's going on. You know, and then they're trying. The different states are trying to make it illegal to drive old cars. You know, um, thank God I'm retired because they're never going to be able to take them off the road completely, but they might limit how much I can drive it. You know, they might tell me I can only drive it 100 miles a month or something. You know, and that's fine because I don't put not anymore. I don't put 100 miles a month on a car, so I don't give a shit. But unless I go on a hot rod power tour, and they'll have to give me a waiver for that because there's no way they're going to tell me I can't go on the hot rod power tour. You know, so but yeah, it's just getting ridiculous. Yeah, they're trying to make it so you have to sell your car, so you have to pay. You have to go. You're going to have to buy a brand new car. You know, because of the forward camera. You know, they got a camera in your face now for all this safety. It's all for your safety. And yeah, they're going to try to take all of our cars away from us, the old cars. They're going to try. It's going to be a big fight, and it's going to go on for years. Yeah, well, keep watching, Jim. You'll see. I guarantee you that they're gonna fight it all the way till they get it. And your lifetime subscription for $500 is not going to be a lifetime. So we'll see how that goes. I hope I'm wrong. God bless. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Because that's the way all of it's going. There's been lawsuit after lawsuit over these lifetime subscription things. Video games. Bought a lifetime subscription for a video game, and now it's no longer, you can't play it online anymore. You know, even though you bought the game and it was, it said right on it, it was a lifetime, you paid extra for a lifetime subscription to be able to play the game. They decided they don't want to support it anymore, so the game's gone. And they lost in court. They took it to court and lost. Yep, they can do that. If they want to turn the game off because it's too expensive to keep maintaining it, they can do that. At least, and they don't have to give the people their money back. At least they should have to give the people their money back. You know. Well, that's true. Yeah, I guess at 15 years you've already gotten your money's worth. So if they do fuck you over, I guess you didn't really get fucked over. You won that battle. You used to be able to buy an AMA, lifetime subscription AMA. They don't do that anymore either. I think it was, 20 years ago. I think it was like $1,200 or $1,500 or something to buy a lifetime subscription to AMA. And they did away with that. You can't do that anymore. So yeah, I hate it. I just can't believe the world's turning into this. These greedy fucking people that just they why does a CEO have to make $8 billion fucking dollars? Why does Elon Musk have to have $368 billion? What the fuck is he going to do with that money? Somebody made a comment. There's only like 8 billion people in the world. Elon could give everyone in the world $1 billion, and it wouldn't even dent what he's got. You know, why does anybody need that much fucking money? I don't understand. But they want more. It's not enough. They want more. Oh, let's charge them a subscription. So everybody at all the GM executives can get another raise to make $5 billion a year instead of $4. Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, yeah, us old fucks. Yeah, it wouldn't pay to buy a lifetime subscription now. But if you think about it, though, I should have bought it when I had the chance because I've been in it for 54 years. So yeah, it would have been a screaming deal for me, if I'd just thought of it. But at the time, I think it was only like, $56 a year or something. $1,500. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Not really. So, yeah, I keep seeing more and more of this. There's all these channels that keep bringing this shit up about who's doing what, how they're fucking the people, and you know, there's a guy, I think his name's Louis Rossman, something like that. You guys watched him? He's suing everybody, and he's winning. He sued Apple and won. He sued um, sued a shitload of companies, and he's won every time. And it's all over this bullshit. These contract things that they, it's not right, and he's suing people and winning. Yeah, personally, I just think it's ridiculous. It's just not right. I really don't understand how they're allowed to do it, why they're allowed to do it. I don't know. Yeah, Wigs, but at least all these cars I have on my property here I own outright. They can't touch them. They can't. All they can do is press the government to. Yeah, it's greed. You're right. All they can do is press the government to not let me drive them anymore. To make them obsolete. Um, yes, the right to repair guy. Yep, that's him. Um, yeah, he loves going after these companies. He got a. I don't know if you watched him lately. He's got a cease and desist letter from a company that I think it was over. I think it was the one over his hard drive. That he bought a hard drive that had a warranty, and they wouldn't honor the warranty. And or is that? That wait a minute. That's not the one. Which one is this? Now, maybe it was. I don't remember. I watched so many of his. The gist of it was that they have um, like 35 repair centers that you can take your computer in, and there's a tech on site that can test the equipment there. And that's a requirement. If you want to advertise on Google, that's a requirement. If you list this place as a facility, it has to be manned by a person from the company, and they have to have the test equipment on site. And this company doesn't have any of that shit. All these places are not manned. They're drop-off places. Well, that breaks the Google, uh, you know, law, and he's going after him for it. And if you haven't seen him, this guy's so arrogant about the way he is because he knows he's right, and he just looks at the camera and says, "Sue me, I dare you." He just smiles at the camera and says, "Go ahead and sue me, I dare you." I love this guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Buy new? No thanks. Nope. You couldn't give me a new car. No fucking way. I absolutely, I wouldn't drive it. I wouldn't even bother to, I'd just get rid of it. I'd sell it. Somebody gave me a new car, I'd sell it, get the money, go buy an old car with it. I wouldn't fucking buy a new car today if you no way, no how, under any circumstance. I mean, they're all making junk. Everybody. I'm not picking on any one company. They're all doing it. They're all building junk. I've been a big GM guy. I was always a Dodge lover, but I never really owned one. My first Dodge product that I ever owned was in '07, and I bought a Dodge Charger in '07, brand new, with the smallest six-cylinder, the 2.7, because I wanted gas mileage. And it got 34 miles to the gallon, and it did. That car was incredible on gas. And because I needed a car for work, and I needed to get good gas mileage, to make my money that they give me for using my own car to go farther. So, and then that went out the window when the ethanol hit. In '08 when ethanol hit, the mileage went from 34 miles to the gallon to 14. Fuck, my Impala gets better mileage than that. My '96 Impala. So I couldn't drive it for work. I was, and with that little motor in it, what else am I going to do with it? I mean, it ain't a hot rod. It looks cool. It's comfortable. It drives nice, but what am I going to do with it? So that's when I traded in on an Infinity. Sherman just got up. So yeah. Anyway, it's depressing. I watch all this shit that's going on in the world because I see it coming. I already know what they're going to try to do. You know, my '06, '09, '13 vehicles will probably be good for several years still, but they're going to try to take all my old shit, my '56 Chevy, my '67 Chevy, my '86 Pontiac, and then all of my '94, '5, '6 Impalas, Fleetwoods, and Buick wagons. They're going to try to take all that shit away from me. They're going to tell me, "Oh, you're too old. You can't drive them on the road anymore. They're not safe. They're not." What do you mean they're not safe? Especially all the '90s cars have airbags in them. What the fuck? You know. So they've already tried this in California. Jay Leno shot them down. So, but it's a fight. It's just going to be a big fight. They already did the emission testing here. They took it away. It was pointless. You know why they took it away? It was hilarious. They were checking, and it was really stupid because Pinellas County and Hillsborough County had testing. That's Tampa and Clearwater. Pasco County, where I live, no testing. Hernando County, no testing. So I didn't have to have my vehicle tested because I don't live, even though I drove into Pinellas County, I didn't live there. So I didn't have to have my car tested. So an independent search did a survey on the Courtney Campbell Causeway down here in Tampa. And they were randomly testing vehicles coming across the causeway. And I don't know what the failure rate was on the new cars, but it wasn't good. These cars with catalytic converters and all that, driving around with a check engine light on, and they can't pass the test. They're not passing the emissions. Okay? And they make it go. I think all you had to do is spend X amount of dollars trying to fix it, and if it didn't work, you could still drive your car. I know over in I think England and Germany, over there, if it doesn't pass, you don't drive. It's not road legal. But here it was just spend the X amount of dollars trying to fix it, and if it doesn't work, you can still drive your car. Well, anyway, they tested a '57 Chevy that came across the causeway, and it passed the emissions with no catalytic converter. It was just tuned so good that it passed. And that's when they said, what the fuck are we doing? We got brand new cars that can't pass the test, and we got a '57 Chevy that can. And that's when they wiped the whole thing out. So there's no more testing in Florida. They just threw it away. But, and I don't think they're ever going to bring it back. It was a complete disaster, and it didn't work. They proved it didn't work. So I don't think they'll bring it back. I don't see it happening. Not here, anyway. And, because it costs so much money to fund these test stations and everything, and it did nothing. So, Wiggs, you heading out? All right, man. We'll see you. Thanks. It's good to see you. All right, Michael. We'll see you later, too. You're heading out. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming in. Appreciate seeing you. We'll see you next week. Yeah, I've got a birthday party at Don Garlitz's museum tomorrow, so that's where I'll be. Uh, is that the right size wheel for this car? Yes, it is. All right, I think I'm gonna print some wheels. See if we can't make that work. Oh God, I hope I can find that mirror. Oh, that's right. I think I'm just gonna make a Gorilla Glue mirror. So yeah. So anyway, guys, it's just if you haven't, you go on YouTube and look it up. You'll just be you just won't believe what's going on. It's unfucking real. All this subscription shit and oh God, it's unbelievable. So we've got another thing going on here. Our current governor, which I don't know, is I didn't know there was a time limit on how long you could be governor, and it's probably different for every state. But apparently, our governor has to step down. So the last thing he's trying to do on his way out is do away with our property taxes. And he has it all figured out. He can answer any question you have about what about this, what about that. He's got all the answers. He's made Florida so much money. We've got several $billion in reserves for hurricane relief, whatever we need to use it for. So our state is in great shape right now. And now he's trying to pass a bill this November to do away with property taxes because people in Florida literally retired here on their fixed income and lost their homes because their property taxes were raised so high on a home they had paid off years ago that they had to move. They lost their retirement home because property taxes went through the roof and they can't afford to pay their property taxes. So our governor's trying to do away with property taxes completely so that you literally will own your home. Because right now you don't really own your home. Even mine's paid off, but I still have to pay the Pasco County every year about $1,500 to $1,700 every year. And if I don't pay it, they take my land. They take my home. I have to pay it. I don't have a choice. And he's trying to stop that. So he's passing. He's got it on the ballot come November. That to and and it's a 60-40. 60% have to vote yes. If it's 59%, it doesn't pass. So we have to have a minimum of 60% of the vote for it to pass. So everybody that's against it are making up all these lies about, how we're going to lose funding for our schools, we're going to lose funding for the fire department, the police department. They're all going to go belly up, and because without property tax, and it's only on your homesteaded home. If you've got investment property, you still have to pay property tax on it. It's only for the home you live in. We have a homestead here, and it doesn't happen just turn a switch. The first year, I right now I get I think a 25,000 or it might be 50,000, I forget, exemption. So whatever my property's worth, they take $50,000 off the top, and I only pay taxes on what's on the rest of it. Now, when I bought this property, it was only worth about 77,000. It's worth a lot more now. So my taxes have gone up. Well, now, if he passes this, our 2026 taxes, you get a $125,000 exemption, which will almost completely wipe my property off. I'll only be paying taxes on maybe $20,000, maybe. And then next year, it goes to $250,000, and it stays there from now on. That you get a $250,000 tax exemption. So if you own property like I do, you don't pay property tax. Period. And if you own something worth $300,000, you're only going to pay tax on 50. You're going to get exempt $250,000. And if you're a millionaire, go fuck yourself. I mean, you can afford it, so pay your taxes. So it's just really giving relief to the poor. It's not a total write-off. It's just for poor people like me, okay? It's not for the rich and famous. They still have to pay their property tax. Yeah, they get a $250,000 exemption. Well, that helps them. I mean, I'm sure they're glad they don't have to pay tax on $250,000, but they still have to pay their taxes, and they can afford it. So it's not a big deal. It's not hurting them. It's not hurting the state. And if you have investment property, you have to pay taxes on that. You don't get the exemption at all. There's no exemption. There never has been on investment property. It's only what you live in. They call that your homesteaded property. That's the only one you've ever gotten a relief on. It's never been on what do you mean it doesn't help you? Why not, Matt? Why doesn't it help you? Of course it helps you. It might not be a free ride. You might not get all of it, but it helps. I mean, think about it. Whatever your home's worth. Yeah, I understand that. But even if your house is worth 400,000, I'm just throwing a number out. If you get to take 250,000 of that 400,000 off the table and you're only paying the tax on 150,000, that helps. That helps you a lot. You know? Yeah, I know your property's expensive down there, but that's the whole point of this, is that the taxes are just driving people out of the state that can't afford it. You know? So yeah, it doesn't erase your taxes, but it sure does help. Absolutely it helps. So do you know how much your house is worth, Matt? Just out of curiosity, I don't know. I can't imagine it's worth more than 500,000. Yeah, well, beachfront property, of course, is a premium for sure. So your house is worth 650 to 700,000? Really? Wow. Well, you don't have to live there. You know, you can always move over here. It's a lot cheaper over here. Um, yeah, there's not a house anywhere around me in this whole area. And I mean, I'm talking hundreds of miles, and there's nothing worth that kind of money over here. I don't even think, well, I take that back. There are some waterfront properties that are worth that, I'm sure, but yeah, you could buy a house over here that's 2,000, 2,500 square feet for way under a $500,000. All right, Jim, have a great night, man. We'll see you later. Yeah, I can't imagine. Is your house paid for? Is your dad still making payments? I hope it's paid for. Oh, it was Grandpa's house. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, well, this is exactly why our governor's trying to get, past this is because, you know, if your property keeps going up in value like that, your dad's not going to be able to afford to live there, you know, because his Social Security isn't going to go up enough to make the payments. So you guys are going to end up having to leave, and that's just not right. That's absolutely, especially since it's been in your family from your grandpa, and grandpa probably paid that house off. So all these years, and now that's a big chunk of money you guys have to pay in property tax. $3,500 for your property tax? Really? Wow. You guys are at a way cheaper mill rate than we are. I mean, mine went to 1,700, and it's a piece of shit I own. It's just a trailer and some land, and I'm already at half of what you guys are at. That's crazy. Yours is 950 a quarter. Holy crap, Juno! What do you got? A mansion on the beach? How in the world is that? That? Holy crap! I'm coming to stay with you. To see this house. Holy shit! Book a flight next week. Yeah, well, that's I have land, but the land's not really. I mean, I think I'm assessed. The trailer doesn't add anything to the property. The garage added value to the property, but not the house. The trailer didn't add anything. I think they're assessing my property at 122,000 now. Somewhere around there is what my property's worth. So that's what they're taxing me on. And of course I get 50,000 off of that, in the homestead. So now I'm only being taxed on like 75,000. And I'm paying $1,700 on $75,000. So yeah, our mill rate over here is way higher than yours. So I don't understand that. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't pay for water. I have a well, so my water's free. I don't pay for sewage either because I have a septic system. I don't pay for garbage pickup. I burn my garbage, and the stuff I can't burn, I take in small bags up to the gas station when I get gas, and I put it near their garbage can. You know, like a ketchup bottle if it's glass, um, a perfume bottle, a soup can, metal soup can that won't burn. Um, we used to have recycling places here close by, and I used to recycle as much as I could. But now I've got to. They won't. We don't have a pickup service where I live for recyclables. You know, like Blue Bag Day or whatever. We don't have that. We used to. They took it away. Used to have at the school across the street. There used to be recycle bins over there. I could just walk it across the street. They took those away. I have to go to the dump, and I'm not going to the dump to recycle the little bit of non-burnable trash that I have. I'm not doing it. So, you know, I do recycle. I do recycle my grocery bags. You know, the plastic bags you get at the grocery store because they take them at the grocery store. There's a bin there for recycling those. So I bag those up as I use them, and when I go grocery shopping, I take them with me and I throw them in the recycle bin. Um, they do have a paper recycle bin. Um, you know, I have to look into that. I might be able to. I've been burning these plastic bottles, like my 2 liter bottles, and those are recyclable. If that other bin, there's 3 bins there, and I know the ones the bags. If they have one for plastic bottles, maybe I'll start recycling those instead of burning them. Um, but yeah, it's just too inconvenient. And I was just at somebody's house. Where was whose house was that? They have to pay to recycle their stuff. If they've got they've got a tote, a blue tote, and they have to pay every month to use the tote to recycle product. Why would you pay to recycle product? I would never do that. Nope, I'm just gonna throw it in the trash. If you want to, if you want to go through my trash and recycle it, knock yourself out. Foam, plastic, paper bins. What kind of foam? Yeah, hell, you work at Publix. You would know. What kind of foam? That's interesting. I wouldn't have never thought foam. Any foam, really? Do you take your broken airplanes up there and throw them in the bin? How about the box it came in? They recycle the box, take it up there and throw it in the bin? So is the plastic bin for the bags? Can I throw plastic bottles in that bin too? You know, the 2 liter bottles? Yeah, I would have never guessed foam. That's interesting. Yeah, I thought that bin was dedicated just for the bags. I didn't know it was any plastic. So if I've got recyclable plastics, I can take them to that plastic bin. All right, I can do that. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that's what the three bins were. So I'm assuming that what I thought was dedicated for just plastic bags is any plastic. So I guess I could take my 2 liter bottles. Yeah. Is that part of your job? Do you have to go change the bags in those recycle bins? Is that part of your job? So are you is that is what do they call it? There's a cute name for it. Hang on a minute. Shit, it called it. Maybe are you a cart wrangler? Do you have to go out and wrangle carts sometimes? Is that part of your job? Shopping carts? Horses recycle everything I feed them. Yeah, yeah, I guess they do, huh? Yeah, so your technical name is front service clerk. Okay, there you go. Does Publix pay you pretty well? I tried to get a job at my Publix over here. They wouldn't hire me. Yeah, I don't know if I'm too old or you know, we've got several baggers over here that are Down syndrome people. So maybe I have to have a handicap or something to get a job. I don't know. I tried to get a job there. They wouldn't hire me. Tried for a year. Kept updating my resume in the computer, the little kiosk thing there, and yeah, they wouldn't hire me. Are you planning on making that a career? Are you hoping to stay at Publix and move up the ladder, or have you got your sights set on something else? What about moving into the bakery? Can you Can you get a bakery job? I don't know. I'm confused because the meat department in my Publix here and the seafood department are completely separated. They don't share anything, you know. So I don't know why your seafood thing would be in the way of your meat, because they're at separate ends of the store. They're not the same location. So I don't know how the meat department would be involved with the seafood department. Really? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they're separate here. Well, they just built a brand new, the store that was here, it's been here forever. They tore the thing down. Now, this thing's in the middle of a plaza, okay? It's a outside shopping mall. So there's a Subway and, right next door, a hair place, a Chinese restaurant, all these stores on both sides of it. And they literally tore the building down and then rebuilt it. I personally don't know how the fuck they did that, but somehow they made that work. And and the new store now has an upstairs um, food court, for lack of a better word. You literally can go over to the deli and buy a sandwich or whatever and a drink and go upstairs and sit down and eat it right in the store at Publix. You know, that's the brand new store. It hasn't been open 2 months. Um, so I don't know if you have that new. And I don't know if they're doing it everywhere. This isn't a big store. It's a medium sized Publix. It's not a large Publix. Um, and even the one down at Avalon that I go to, which is only a few miles down the road. This one's I can walk to this one. It's a less than a mile. There's one probably 4 miles away, and that's the one I shop at. And that's a bigger store than this one, but it's still not. There's a store down in Palm Harbor that's enormous, and it's beautiful. The inside of the store, all the ceiling is open. You can see all the air conditioning ductwork and everything, and all. And they made there's plants and plant shelves up there, and they've got all these greenery plants hanging up, on these plant shelves up by the air conditioning ductwork and everything. The store is just enormous. It's bigger than a Walmart, and it's beautiful inside. And that was years ago. And I thought, this must be the way they're going to build all the Publix. And no, I've only seen a couple of them like that. Um, but yeah, this new one we got now with the upstairs food court, where you can go sit down upstairs and eat, is interesting. You know, there's an elevator and a staircase. So you go to check out. And as soon as you walk through the check, pay for your stuff and walk through, you can either go out the door or you can go up the stairs or go over to the elevator and go upstairs and eat your food, which is crazy. I never saw that before. That's our brand new Publix. It's only a couple months old. I gotta set my alarm clock for tomorrow. I forget where to do that. I mean, I used to use this thing all the time, but I haven't used it in so long, I don't even remember where it's at. Where's this thing at? Clock. There it is. All right, that should work. I hope I said it right. I haven't done it so long, I forget. So, how long ago did they expand your store, Matt? Has it been years, months, decade? $7 years? Yeah. Have you gone in other Publix that are newer and see a big change? 'All right, so I just got some news. This is interesting. Um, Apparently, this is interesting. Um, Freewing's coming out with a SU. Is it an SU 57? Hang on. Su-57 and an F-18, 110 millimeter, are coming next year. Motion RC. It's going to be a free wing, like the F-35C that they just came out with. They're going to have an F-18 and an Su-57. They're going to come out with next year. So that'll be interesting. We'll have a little bit of RC in our show tonight. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, around here they're not trying to be similar at all. When I was in Georgia 2 years ago with my brother's daughter's birthday party. I guess that's my niece, grandniece. I don't know, whatever it is. Went to a Publix there, and it was completely different than the Publix down here. Completely, it was kind of more modern. It was laid out completely different, and it was just very different. And this rebuilt one is exactly like the one we had up in Georgia. The one I went in up there. This one matches that exactly, the layout, same layout. I don't remember seeing an upstairs food court thing in the one in Georgia, but the rest of the store was laid out exactly the same. So I don't know how new that store was. It was by my brother's place, but um, yeah, it's what I'm reading a thing from Motion. I got because I subscribed to them, so I got a message in Facebook. Hang on a minute. Let me go back to it. Yeah, right here. I'll read it to you. Free Wing confirms Su-57 and F-18 110 millimeter are coming next year. In their super detailed live session about the new Free Wing F-35 110, check out this video. It's in Chinese, but has English subtitles. See about minutes 17th. What do you think? I don't know what kind of English that was, but yeah. So that's what it says. It says the Su-27, the Su-57, and the F-18 110 millimeter are coming next year. And apparently there's a video. The video's in Chinese talking about it, but there's English subtitling. So let me click on it, and I'll put the link in the description. They got an F-35 on the table that they're talking about, but here's the link. So if you want to watch this, okay, I can't. The link is too long. I can't. Let me try this. Oh yeah, this link is pages long. Yeah, let me try this. I don't know what this is going to do, but let's see what this does. I don't know what that's going to do. Let me see. Go to channel. That's my channel. That doesn't help. Yeah, that link don't help. That just takes you to my channel. All right, let me try something else. Hang on a minute. Oh shit. You do that. Let me go back here and try. I did this once before and it worked. Try this. All right, I'll click on it. Don't click on it. Let me check it first. Let me see what it takes me before you try it. It worked. All right, go ahead and click on that link. It should work. It's a Chinese. It's in Chinese, but I guess there's English subtitling. So yeah, go click on that and tell me if it worked for you. If it opened up. I'm not going to watch it now. I might watch it later, but um, oh, yeah, let's do that. Oh, interesting. Thought I had this open. Oh, screw you. I don't know what is going on. I keep getting these damn notifications that it doesn't matter where I go. Any website I click on, anywhere I go, it doesn't matter. My AVG malware says it's a threat. Everything is a threat. There's nothing I can go to. Facebook, anything. It doesn't matter where I go. It pops up this window that it's a threat. Now it only does that when I'm in Chrome. It doesn't do it. Firefox doesn't do it, but Chrome does it, and every single thing I click on, and I just don't get it. I don't know why it's doing that. So all right. So let me get back to the chat here. Yeah, here's another. Oh, that's a McAfee advertisement. I don't need that. Screw that. Close this. Close this. Another threat. Yeah, it's aggravating. I've been running the show from Firefox because I keep thinking that this threat warning I keep getting um, is going to crash, the live stream. So I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Yeah, right click on it, Matt, and open it in a new window. Yeah, because if you click on it, it's going to take you away from the show and open to that link. But if you right click on it and to pick open a new window or a new tab, if you want to do that, I always do a new window, and then you'll be able to go to it. Yeah, it's not YouTube. It's Chinese YouTube, I guess. I don't know, but oh, you're on your phone. Oh God, I'm sorry, guys. I just can't even imagine watching my show on a phone. That's it. It's just that just doesn't compute. I watch my shit on a big. I mean, even this is a 48-inch flat screen, and then the house it's a 70-inch. I'm just not watching this stuff on my phone. I can't believe you guys. I wouldn't watch me on my phone. I mean, I don't know why you guys do. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I don't know how you do it, but yeah, I just, you know, I want to see, I want to see what the hell I'm looking at, big. So, yeah, your phone. Yeah, um, I don't know if I'd call it sucks or not. I just, the whole watching something on a screen that little sucks for me. I don't know if the phone doesn't do a good job of it or not. I guess it does. I don't know, but yeah, I rarely watch anything on my phone. Just I mean, if I'm at a car show or something, I might for a brief few minutes, but yeah, I just I don't use my phone that way. I use my phone for a phone. I rarely use it for anything else. So, but anyway, yeah, when you get a minute, Matt, either if I don't know if you have a home computer or your TV's hooked to the internet or what, but yeah, go watch that video. I'm sure they're gonna. I don't know if they've already got a prototype that they can show or not. I can do this. Let me look at something real quick here. I'm just gonna do a quick run through here, and if it works like YouTube, let's see if it does. Yeah, it does. I just want to see if there's any footage of an F-18 or if it's all F-35, and then all they're doing is talking about. Yeah, all they're doing is talking about this new airplanes. If they are, I don't know. I've got the audio off, but I'm looking at the video, and yeah, it's just the F-35. They don't show anything else, so that's not very helpful. Anyway, Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. So you can watch it on a big TV. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I can't. I couldn't imagine watching this stuff on my phone. Just crazy. All right. Well, it's almost 1:30. I think I'm going to call it. Um, Let me think a minute here. Wait, before I do that, let's see. Um, no, that's not what I want. Okay. All right. So, just a catch up here. I haven't been working on the Carbon Z because I've been cutting grass, fixing the mower, cutting grass, fixing someone's car, uh, working on my car. I did charge the AC and it was working, and then but it in a month it lost. It was still working, but it was it wasn't quite as cold. So I recharged it some more, and but then I didn't drive it. I just let it sit, and apparently it was sitting in just the right spot to let all the freon out because I don't think it's working at all now. So I'll probably play with that again. But um, what else has I been working on? I did some 3D printing stuff. I might have showed you that. Um, I printed a couple of these um, Dodge Charger Challenger. These are Challengers that I was testing to see if the files I got were any good. This is an old Challenger. This is the one where they're like the first year to 2010, where the tail light was one big long. The front end's pretty close to the same. I mean, it still was the same, four headlight system, although they didn't emphasize the outer two in this one. They just did just the inner ones that are used as fog lights or whatever. And then I did another one in this green filament again. And this is a Hellcat. And so all four headlights are there. Park lights, fog lights, they're there. The tail lights are split on the new version. Uh, Exhaust tips were there. Um, I don't think this filament's very good. I know this brand. I don't know this brand. It was a new brand because I just bought it for the color, and it's not printing very well. So I don't know. So then I tried it on some other filament, and it was a little better, but still not great. So I did it on this white, and um, hard to see anything in there, but yeah, you can see the headlights are in there. It's a little glossier, smoother. Still not great though. Not crazy about this print either. Um, it's okay. Might be able to sand it up and make something out of it, but these are definitely going to need to be painted, which is what I was trying to get away from. Uh, this Pontiac print here is perfect. It's smooth. It's shiny. If I wanted to just leave it gray and print black wheels, uh, it would be perfect. And um, there's really nothing to sand. I mean, I could paint it, which I'm gonna. Um, but everything there's no bubbling in the windshield or the hood. Everything is just the way it's supposed to be. Um, the door handles didn't print, but they never do. I don't know why. I don't know what that story is, but now this one I printed standing up. So the back end's not great. Not horrible, but it's not great. But the rest of the car looks great. So I don't know. So I'm still playing around with that. But this is Creality filament. This is so that came out really good. Uh, but yeah, this white is Creality filament. And different filaments, not the same stuff. The side is pretty good. I mean, it's got those horizontal edges in it, but they're not. Um, well, they show up on camera way better than they show up. I can't even see them here, but you can see them in the camera easy. Um, but here in person, looking at it, I can't see those horizontal lines. That's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, been farting around with that a little bit. Um, I'm gonna. I don't remember if the machine finished the white print and it's fine, and I can just change out to black. I'm gonna put black filament in it and print some wheels. Um, so I'll find out if that's okay tonight or not. I'm gonna start that here as soon as I hang up with you guys. But yeah, so doing that, farting around with that some. Um, the green filament kept clogging the nozzle. I had to keep taking the nozzle apart and clear it. So I'm not crazy about that green. I love the color, but I don't like the filament. So let's see what else. So not working on the Carbon Z right now. That's back burner. Been working on cars, working on the lawnmower, cutting grass, changing oil. Um, there was something else. It was like a fourth thing I was going to talk about. What was it? Um, oh, well, you weren't here earlier, so I'll tell you guys. So the car I was working at that wouldn't start. Um, it was the fuel injectors. I took my the auto center punch, and I snapped it on all the fuel injectors 2-3 times. Car started right up. Purrs like a kitten. It's because I had already put new plugs in it, so it's running perfect. Um, so I got that. I put a new air filter in, oil change, oil filter. Uh, Took the rear window apart to order a regulator. Ordered a regulator from eBay because the same regulator at AutoZone or O'Reilly's was almost $100, and it was only $36 on eBay, and that includes a new motor. It's the regulator with the motor already installed. It comes with a new motor, regulator, the whole 9 yards for $36, and it was going to be $100 at the parts store. And I should have that Wednesday, so I'm going to fix that. Her front window works, but it's really noisy. Her driver's side one, it sounds like grinding gears. So I'm going to replace that one too. For that one was a little more, but still way cheaper than the auto parts store. The auto parts store went 120 something for the front window regulator, and I got this one for under $51. So well worth, waiting 3 days to get it. So that takes care of that. What else was I going to tell you about? Pretty upset about the oil leak on the Pontiac. I'll keep you posted. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll let you know when I figure it out. And other than that, I think we talked about the Carbon Z. We talked about the 3D printer. I think it's ready to print. I'm going to try it. Might have to take it apart again. I don't remember if the white clogged or not. I don't think it did. I think I printed these wheels and they came out okay. So if I just print this wheel again and put black filament in it, we should be good. So that's what I'm going to do right now. That's it, I guess. Yeah, I think that covers it all. Um, yeah, I think that's it for now. I think that updates you on everything I'm working on it currently. Um, Still, I don't know if I told you, but the thing that's on my mind the most is I have a doctor's appointment next Saturday with the Social Security uh, disability doctor. I have no idea how that's going to go. I'm not looking forward to it. And they keep sending me letters. I just got a letter today from them that now I have to wear a mask. They keep putting more conditions on this. Like, I guess they're trying to discourage me from going so that I won't go, and then they'll just automatically disallow my claim. I don't know. But now I have to wear a mask. So fine, I'll wear a mask. I don't give a fuck, you know. That's fine with me. I can be laughing and smiling at him behind the mask, and he won't know. I don't know. It's on my mind a lot. I think that's what's fucking me all up. I think this is just stressing me out to think about this. So I'm hoping I get through that okay and that works. So other than that, I think we're caught up. I don't think there's anything else I really need to elaborate on tonight. I think that's going to do it. Apparently, my cat's been in here again. Keep finding shit on the floor that shouldn't be on the floor because my cat keeps jumping up on shit. So I see a roll of filament over here on the floor. It's not on the floor. It actually crashed on top of my quadcopter, which that's not good. So yeah, I guess the cat was out here. Yeah. All right. All right. That's gonna do it. We're gonna call it. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for coming. Juno, Matt. Who else is here? I don't know. I've got 8 people in here, but I don't. We're the only ones talking, so I don't know who else is here. But whoever you are, thanks for coming. I know if you're lurking, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You don't have to say anything. Just I appreciate you coming. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it on your way out if you would. I'd appreciate it. And that'll do it, guys. We're going to call it. So have a great weekend. And I'll see you next week. And I'll try to be on time next week. I'll try. All right, guys. Oh, I suck? Really? Why do I suck? Jason Jenkins. Do I know you? I'm trying to think if that name sounds familiar. Oh, well. Hey, you're entitled to your opinion. That's okay. No problem. Thanks for coming. I don't know why I suck, but that's okay. All right. That's going to do it, guys. Take care. Talk to you later. See you next week. Have a good night. And I'm out of here.